what they think after all, even if we take them to school. Actually, my father's intention to take him to school, system of primary, was not to go and study, but was to take him to play with the rest of the children. So, but we have a lot of parents who basically hide the children with disabilities. They don't even want people to know that in that family there is a child with a disability. They don't go to church, they don't go to family gatherings, they do not, even they are afraid last and behind the door, the home. So all those are false narratives.
Yeah. So what happens now? What is happening now? What message do you want to put out there? You came up with zero.
Is we realize that there are so many organizations working for persons with disabilities, but there was not that one organization that was providing legal services to persons with disabilities, that was interrogating the existing legal and policy framework and see where are the gaps. That was interrogating government, both parliament and local governments to see, okay, are your budgets disability sensitive? So there is not that there was not that organization. Of course, we have got mainstream organizations that are doing that in this country, but again, they lack a disability specific knowledge.
Okay.
The various disabilities, their unique needs, and how they can be addressed through the policy and legal framework.
Yeah.
And therefore, we began Seru to deal with persons with disabilities and older persons, because older persons have their, maybe next time when we host me, we shall now tackle older persons, because they also have their unique features
and talents,
but they're somehow related to disability. So now when we began to gather gap that existed then, that there is no authentic data on disability. That you can walk into an organization in this country and you say, okay, I have come here, I have faced with this kind of problem, maybe I have a child with autism, and I want to know care from the way this child is born up when they are an adult. I want to know the existing programs on autism. So CERU was begun and aspires to be a center for authentic data on disability and gerontology.
So, have you done some research on statistics on people with disabilities?
We have only done rapid assessments on the existing laws and the gaps. Like the most recent one we did last year was we realized that Parliament was not being the Parliament of Uganda was not being inclusive in its legislation. But we realized they would want, but they didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So last year we developed an inclusion manual for Parliament of Uganda. So we hope that when the Speaker approves it, the incoming members of Parliament will now be able to go through the training and through the induction process, so that their legislations are inclusive in nature. They take note of the vulnerable people like persons with disabilities.
Okay. CERU was begun when? Which year?
We began CERU in 2019.
Okay. During that period between then and now, what are some of the achievements that you have encountered?
One is the development of this money I've just talked about. But two, we have recruited a cohort of champions from among members of Parliament, whom we fellowship with on a monthly basis. This achievement is an achievement to us because we can now see that Parliament is becoming now more disability sensitive. Parliament even formed the Parliamentary Forum on Disability, and this is as a result of our monthly fellowship. That the more you relate with somebody, the more you identify those unique features in them that you find yourself in tandem. So it's really a point. It's a gradual. It's gradual. Yeah.
It's a gradual. Okay. I think we have come to end of. Do you have something else?
Really, I think I have to thank you so much for reaching out to vulnerable people like us and the viewers who are viewing us. I thank you so much and ask you to do whatever you can to ensure that you support persons with disabilities and older persons in your communities.
Okay, thank you so much. We have come to the end of our show. We've had the executive director, CERU, that is Concerted Efforts for Rights Uganda, an organization that convenes to help out persons living with disabilities with human rights laws, with empowerment, with knowledge, and also to bring together to Parliament or to account Parliament to do what they're supposed to do. Because remember, they are the policy makers.